Hello, thank you for joining and watching my video. So today I'm going to go over some of my pastel pencil drawings that I've done in the past. So this first little pastel pencil, the 7x9, is some of my first pastel pencil drawings. Um, and this is a new medium for me, so I'll just jump right into it. They're not by no means in any order. So this is a beetle that I did. Um, I'll just get right into it. I really like drawing beetles. They're some of my favorite animals to draw. I really like drawing bugs and like beetles and moths, etc., things like that. I just really like the way the colors and textures come out on them. And I'll zoom in the camera here so you can see some of the details a little bit better on these images. So, yeah, I just really like drawing beetles, and I just really like the way the colors of this one came out, and it was a very colorful beetle. Next, I have a a beta fish that I did. This was my first time doing a fish, and I was really trying to capture the flowiness of the fins. It was pretty difficult for me, and the background was also difficult. This was the first time I had really done a background this way. Um, for the background, I use these soft sponges, and I'll show them to you here in a minute. These soft sponges are, you can buy them at craft stores, but they're used specifically for blurring these pastel pencils. And they're great for blurring these backgrounds. And whenever I first started doing pastel pencils, I specifically would pick drawings that had these blurred backgrounds with these focused pictures, so that they were easier for me to draw. This next beetle is one of my favorite drawings. I just really love the way the details on the legs came out, and I'm just really happy with this one. It's one of my favorites, and I just love the shading on it that I was able to accomplish. And I wish I would have saved the names of these beetles because they are all just so gorgeous, and I wish I would have been able to save the name so I could tell you exactly what they were. This one here is another one of my favorites. I just love the chromatic look I was able to achieve on the beetle, and it just came out really great, I think, and it just looks gorgeous. And yeah, I love the way it came out. Next, I did a bird here. This was the first bird I've ever done in pastel pencil. I'm not really happy with the featherings that I did, but I mean, it's a bird. You can tell it's a bird, so there's that. um, Other than that, it looks okay. It's not my favorite, but it is what it is. Next, I have a moth here. Again, I wish I would have written down the name of this because it's an absolutely gorgeous moth. And for a lot of these, I what I did was I traced the actual specimen out on the paper. I have a video of my process on my page, but I traced them out. Here's another moth here, and then I by visualization I pencil in the details of the textures and colors on the animal. and that's how I am able to achieve the desired effect. Except for this one here. This piece is a little bit different. This is the only one I've sort of combined different elements of different images I liked and turned it into my own sort of art piece. And that is a new technique for me in pastel pencil. Um, I'm not a huge fan of this piece, but it is something that I did and I experimented with. But that's one of the only times I've done that in pastel pencil. Most of the time, I stick to my tried and true technique in pastel pencil. Here I have another fish that I've done. This one is my favorite fish that I've done. And I just really love the way it came out. It practically pops off the page at you. I just think it's gorgeous, and I'm really happy with the colors and the shading and the shadowing I was able to achieve. Other than that, it's just a really great piece, I think, and I'm really happy with it. It's goldfish. Next, I did another bird here, and these sheets in between are there to are there to protect it. Did I just say I did another goldfish? I did another bird. um, uh, yeah, so these sheets in between are there to protect the art pieces. Because pastel pencil is very delicate, and so without those sheets, the pastel pencil will rub up against the sheet in front of it and get destroyed. So next, that's all I have in that book. Next, I have a couple new pieces in this large 9 by 12. And first, I have this fish. Oh God, it's horrendous. So I have this fish, and I did it by I took a photo of a fish in an aquarium that I went to with my friend, and then I thought it was the most beautiful fish, and then I tried to get the fish and sort of take a photo of it or draw it out, and it just did not work. It was horrible, so I just skipped right over that one. Next is this tiger that I did, and I used my same technique that I usually do with this tiger. I'm actually pretty pleased with this. I wasn't too happy with how it came out. It's only my first time doing fur. I've never done an animal with fur before. So this was my first time doing fur. And I actually am happy with how this came out now, and I'm really pleased with the eyes. Other than that, I think it came out pretty okay. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with this one. And lastly, I have this panther I did, and there's a full video on my uh, YouTube page of how I did this panther, and just showing my pastel pencil process and exactly how I go about doing pastel pencil drawings. This is not one of my favorites. It's only my second time doing fur, and doing much shorter fur at that. But it's a process, and I did it. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing how I do that, please check out my channel. And thank you for watching. And please like or dislike my video. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.